Greetings guys and gals, this is XIJABERWALKIX bringing you the best in esports. Today we have StarCraft Brood War. This is going to be the Shinhan Winners League KT Rolster versus Samsung Khan set 2 Flash versus Grape. Grape, a new player, and for some reason he named himself Grape, of all things to name himself. What an idiot. But anyways, we're on Icarus. At the left hand side in blue is going to be Grape as the Protoss player, and on the right hand side at the 230 position we have the Terran player in purple, Flash. And honestly, I think that Flash is just gonna tear right over Grape because he has way cooler of a name than Grape does. And Grape, new player. I mean, he's not really the best. I mean, not really bad. He's new, so what can you say about him? But anyways, my SteelSeries Siberia V2s came in today, and they're pretty good. I'm going to be doing a review on them shortly, as well as my CSL shirt that my mom made me. Yeah, my mom made me a CSL shirt, and it's awesome. Like I said, that guy obviously likes Flash as well. And I'm glad that this is not going to be a TVT matchup. I know you guys hate me saying that and whatever, but I don't like TVT. Sometimes it's okay for a good change, but usually not. PVT is one of my favorite matchups, definitely. I was actually going to do some Hwaseng Oz versus Woojin Stars, maybe? It was Hwaseng Oz versus someone, but some of the VODs got messed up, so I'm not going to be able to do any of those vids as of yet. Probe Scout going out for Grape in the wrong direction, he looks like, so he's going to scout Flash second. Flash probably going to go for his normal 1 racks in the CC build. We have an assimilator as well as a gateway going down for Grape. Super standard stuff from the Protoss player. Is that guy sick, or why does he have one of those doctor things on, if that's what it is? It's like one of those black, I've never seen a black one, but it's like one of those surgical masks in black for some reason that he's got. Barracks going down for Flash, probably going to put a command center down. I'm just going to be guessing here, but I mean, when does Flash not go? 1 racks into CC, you know what I mean? Cybernetics Core going down for Grape, so he's going to be getting his Dragoons, going to get that range as well. And yeah, so besides the normal stuff, get ready for the MSL finals, which I don't want to spoil the results, so I'm not going to say anything about them, but you definitely should check out the semifinals, the Final Four. I mean, I don't know how many ways there are to say it, but you guys should definitely go check out those games because they are absolutely insane. I haven't even watched all of them yet. I've watched some of them, and I know the results, and it is just wow. So yeah, definitely go check those out. 2 Marines at the front for Flash, and he's going for his normal 1 racks in a CC build. Still only 1 gateway for the Protoss player, so he might be thinking of taking up or getting an expansion of his own at the very least. Now another Marine joins those other 2, saying, "What's up? How's it going, guys?" Refinery going down for Flash, as well as Bunker at his front, so he's going to try to put on a little bit of defense, which is super standard. Thinking that he's going to put down his barracks over there to try to choke that off, and a little bit of micro going on. Needs to make sure that he doesn't get any of these Marines picked off by the Zealot. At the very least, able to get them in to the bunker. Nice job by Flash there. The Zealot might have been able to run by, and it did. Not much damage has gone down on it, actually, and so these Marines are going to have to back up out of this bunker. Now he has a Zealot and Probe in Flash's base, and this is going to be very annoying for the time being. Flash being on the ball of things and transferring his SCVs to his natural, and 2 Marines get killed by that Zealot. Nice job by Grape, actually, just kind of evening that up because Zealots are 100 minerals and Marines are 50, so that's pretty much an even exchange right there. I believe he lost a probe though as well, so not quite even, but I mean, you kind of assume that you're going to lose that scouting probe regardless. Just waiting for that Dragoon range now to attack that bunker. Factory going up for Flash, and he's just going to have to wait, pretty much. Expansion going down for Grape, and he's just going to have to wait until he has that factory out with that siege tank to try to push back these Dragoons, and even then he's probably not going to be able to push it back until he's got siege mode. Another factory going down for Flash, as well as an academy, so this is kind of an interesting play from Flash. Going to be getting things like Comsat, might even go for the range, which we've seen some Terran players go. I believe, who was the Terran player that went for range versus Protoss? Don't remember, but someone did it in my recent cast. I did like 4 casts, so it might have been Midas. possibly, not sure. But at any rate, these 3 Dragoons are going to be doing some damage to this bunker. 3 SCVs are required to be pulled off in order to repair it, make sure that it doesn't go down, because if that goes down, the Siege Tank's going to be very, very vulnerable, and he's going to be absolutely screwed. And a lot of people ask, why don't the Protoss players attack the SCVs? And one of the reasons is because if he got close enough to attack the SCVs, he would be in range of that bunker. Another reason is it's just not economically sound to do so. He's actually taking more minerals off by attacking this bunker and forcing Flash to repair it. And also, he's just, even if he's not taking more minerals, he's making those 3 SCVs not mine minerals, which is the opportunity cost that it takes to repair that bunker, plus the cost that it actually takes to repair that bunker, which makes it more effective than actually trying to kill those SCVs. So that's my answer to that, in case you guys were wondering. The base for Grape is now up, doing a very, very nice job of keeping up with his opponent in terms of economy. We're going to see siege mode probably in the near future. Flash lifting up that barracks so he can get his army through, and probably going to siege up his siege tanks. Robotics facility now done. And is he going to put down... Ooh, he puts down the robotic support first, so he's going to get Reavers before Observers. Very, very smart move, in my opinion, as he does see 3 siege tanks, which means that his Vultures probably are going to be a little bit delayed, and Mines as well as Speed are going to be a little bit delayed as well. Big engagement here. Oh, Grape not really engaging at the right moment. 3 tanks and 3 Marines are definitely enough for 4 or 5 Dragoons. Not really greatest place to engage there. Flash getting more barracks, so he might be going for this Neo-Terran build where they go Medic Marine with siege tanks, which we have seen a few times, not nearly as much as we've seen that +1 Zealot attack with speedlots in PvZ, but we have seen this Medic Marine tank mix from Flash, I actually believe. So this is really, really interesting, kind of an old build coming into new territory here. We have the engineering bay going up, which could be definitely for 2 things, for missile turrets as well as +1 attack for those Marines, and he might even go as far as getting range for his Marines as well at that academy. Another gateway going down for Grape. And this is just going to be super, super interesting to see how he's able to do this. Grape now at 3 bases and has been for a little while. Don't know entirely if I mentioned that. If I didn't, sorry about that. But he has been at 3 bases for quite some time. And Flash is only at 2. Flash not in a really urgent position, but he's going to start falling behind economically a little bit, just a little bit. And if you're a Terran, you can get away with having 1 less base usually, but this could possibly be a little bit bad for him, depending on what kind of damage Grape can do with this shuttle. Grape actually playing very, very well. Flash going for a weird kind of build, and I believe that he sees all the barracks. I believe that he saw the medics, he saw the barracks, he knows that this timing attack with this Medic Marine force is coming, and he's going to have to react accordingly. He's going to have to get some Zealots to kind of push in against this Medic Marine force, because the Medic Marines will do so much damage to Dragoons. He's going to need some Zealots, Speedlots preferably, to kind of deal with this. Getting his gateways up, really needs a bigger army, really doesn't have an army at all as of right now, just has a few Dragoons and that Reaver. That Reaver is going to definitely come into play, but really not as much as it usually would. Here comes the Reaver, able to kill off 2 Marines, stimming his forces as Flash. Flash is keeping moving in here, I don't know exactly what I was trying to say, but here he comes with a ton of tanks, and the Reaver is just going to really kind of dictate this battle, rather. Not depend. It's going to dictate this battle, bringing along some SCVs to repair those tanks. More gateways going up for Grape. Is he going to be able to hold this off? Grape just looks absolutely pissed. He almost has the Jadong eyes. Almost. But he definitely looks pissed off. Nonetheless, that Reaver just so low on health, man. I think that Grape would be very, very wise to build another Reaver, as it's going to be his only saving grace against this massive Marine and Medic and Tank army pushing itself across the middle of the map. Flash just the macro Terran, man, coming and leapfrogging his siege tanks, and I always wonder why they don't try to leapfrog their siege tanks a little bit more. I think it's really, really effective to do things like leapfrogging your siege tanks, and it looks like that's what he's doing, just slowly moving across the map, going to contain Grape to these 3 bases. We do see the Citadel of Adun down, so he's going to be able to get some speedlots in the near future. but he's going to need them very, very quick because this army is getting so close to his base, and if it goes in, that's going to be absolutely terrible. Ooh, shuttle almost getting picked off, but not quite. Here comes more Medic Marine forces, going to be able to take down this pylon, and Flash needs to make sure his army doesn't get split up too much and he doesn't leave those siege tanks a little too unprotected, but he does have a good siege line there. Reavers all over the siege tanks. One of the Reavers goes down, I believe, but able to kill 2 of those siege tanks. Massive damage going down on both sides, but I think that Grape is in just a little bit over his head, and Flash, being the macro master he is just going to be able to move in and just do absolute terror of damage. Zealot bombs possibly, didn't see if he dropped a Zealot there or not. Possibly going for his Zealot bombs, probably going to load up some stuff into his shuttle, as there really isn't that much AA for Flash. He's just got a handful of Marines, but the handful of the Marines just give Flash the mobility that he needs along with these siege tanks. He's going to be able to defend the siege tanks with those Marines, but also do a ton of damage because he's going to be able to get out more siege tanks rather than spend his money on things like vultures and vulture mines and Goliaths and charm booster, things like that. Attacking on the high ground is Grape. Is he going to be able to break here? There's a lot of Zealots in the mix, but good siege line by Flash. There is also a missile turret and a bunker at the front. I don't think that Grape's going to be able to break this, although the Zealots are coming in from the back here. He needs to focus on that Zealot with his Marines. He's completely stopped mining at that top left base, and GG coming from Grape. Excellent job by Flash, and I think that this might become really big in TVP play, that Medic Marine push along with those tanks. That's going to be it, guys. Please subscribe. Remember that my Siberia V2 video is coming up soon, and sorry I didn't upload a video yesterday. YouTube was all messed up, and I couldn't upload, and I couldn't record, I couldn't do anything. So that's going to be that, guys. And yeah, lates.